Let's talk about breakout trading. The breakout strategy I first used when I first started trading. Let's get into it. So, first things first, always when we're coming onto the markets in the morning, I am always looking at a 5-minute chart. So, I would encourage you guys to follow along with this video, maybe have this video up on your phone or up on another screen so you can implement the same things I'm doing. So if you would like to be a breakout trader, you can do the exact same things I'm doing. So when I'm looking at the markets fresh in the morning, I usually am up looking at the charts around 6:20, 6:15, 6:20, looking at where we might go. I'm marking out key levels. So my key levels are always going to be anywhere price has come multiple times, right? I'm looking for areas of interest or areas where price has had a reaction. Okay, so from here, let's just put this in replay mode so we can kind of break this down and you guys can understand exactly what it is that I'm looking at when I'm looking for a breakout trade. And I did take this trade this morning. So I'm looking for consolidation points too. So from here, I would be marking out this area, right? So anything above this zone or anything below this consolidation point. Okay, from here, what do we see? I actually looking at the 1 minute. So you can clearly see also that the 1 minute you have this nice consolidation point. It's 6:29 on this candle. I'm looking for the break below or a break above here. What do we have, of course? Break below. So yes, we started to push up and I was in the trade and we started to just push down after this next candle and continued to go down. So one thing about breakout trades is either you get into it instantly and you understand that there could potentially be a pullback, which of course happened this morning, and then continuation, but not always. So let's go find another example of a breakout. Let's go and let's select our bar and the same exact thing. So we will mark our areas. We're on our 5 minute. We're looking for our key levels. Where has price come to and had reaction? The price touched here twice, right? Here's our reactions. We see that price had an area here as well, and then down here as well. Okay, this is our 6:25 candle. Where could we say that price has created a consolidation point? This area right here. Okay, so now we could come down, we could look for sniper entry, and we could say anything above this zone, which it already at that 5 or 6:29 for me, which would 9:29 for anybody on the East Coast. If anybody's getting confused about my time, I am Pacific Standard Time. So now we could say, okay, anything below this consolidation or above this consolidation. Let's see what happens. Pushes down, rejects right out of the zone, and then continuation. So we would wait for either this to break or this little blue line to break, and we break and continue to push up. These are nice, solid moves, but these are high stress. Even though this looks simple, playing it back, hindsight's 20/20, right? When you're in the live markets, it does not look this smooth. I'm going to be as blunt and transparent with all of these videos I'm putting out for you guys that it does not look that smooth when you're trading it. You know, you could have wavering here, wavering, and then continuation. So just be under the impression that that could happen. Comes taps right into our next zone. What do we have here? Maybe it checks out or breaks above. Nope, rejects come right out of that zone. You already know that we've had multiple opportunities where price, or not opportunity, I don't know what I'm looking for. Multiple areas where this has had a reaction. That was the word for. Okay, let's go do one more example. And this happens every single day. So this is essentially what I first did when I first started trading futures. I only was a breakout trader and it was extremely stressful. So going to preface the breakout trading with the idea that knowing going in that it is stressful, it is not for the week. So now we can go in here. Again, what are we doing? Marking out areas of interest. Prices come here multiple times. Go mark out this area. Prices sat here multiple times. And we could potentially mark out the area right. Okay, so now we know that this is our 5 candle. We're going to mark out our consolidation points. Okay, let's go now back down to our 1 minute. And we know that if price breaks down, we could be getting into our short position, our selling position. Or if price starts to push up, we could potentially look for the buy position. What does it do at open? Pushes up and then pushes down. Where could we be targeting? Either this first quick low or all the way down at the zone. So let's play this out. And eventually I think it hit our low, or it came close. But this was a choppy day. Could you have made a little bit of price movement off of this? Absolutely, right? They're quick trades. Remember, this is a 1 minute. So, were we anticipating this zone? Yes. If it started to reverse up, could you have been trailing this? Also, yes, it depends on your trading style. So, a 30-point move, trading one full-size contract of NQ, that is $600. So, not bad breakout moves. Let's do one more example. Let's go here. Okay. One's going to be a little tricky. I can already get to. So now if we go and we see our bar, we're just waking up, we're looking at the charts. Where are we looking at price targets or areas of interest? They're kind of still marked from what we just had marked. So we can kind of leave those there. And then now we can say that this is our consolidation here and here. And we're looking for our breakout. Either we're looking for continuation to the bottom side or we're looking for the break above. So we go down to our 1 minute. We're looking for our sniper entry. And for this is 9, so market's about to open. Let's see what we do. Immediately start to push down. Could you get into this? Absolutely. Let's short, and then it just starts to reverse on. Okay, now what? If that starts to happen, you can also play this a little bit different. Obviously, this would be a solid move to the downside. Start to see this push, pushing, and you could have had a 50-point move out of this. Say you hesitated a little bit. Let's say you hesitated a little bit, and let's go back to this. Say you started to see it push, hesitated, but you still got in. Still could have gotten out of this. That's $800 with one full-size contract. The other way you guys can look at breakouts is that you're looking for it to break above a zone and retest it. From here, say you missed this initial breakout, right? We're like, shoot, okay, I missed it. I was too slow. It happened fast. What could you say here? You're looking for the retest and continuation. You wait for that next 1 minute. What does it do? It doesn't give you a retest. It keeps pushing. Okay, now it comes above, right? And now you're like, okay, well, I'm going to wait for a retest. I'm going to wait for a candle back down. Have the candle come back down. And then we see the push up. It enter the trade here. And then this is kind of like the bigger move as opposed to scalping breakouts. So then we could look for our long position above here, targeting the high, right? Price. What happens here? It goes in, taps into the zone. Price. So we're on a little bit to kind of push all the way up there. Did we get all the way up there, or did it go down? 5 minutes. Got fairly close and then back down. So would have stopped us out, right? Okay, but that's the other way you play this, and understanding exactly where you're trying to target. Of course, I probably would have had targets set at that new consolidation point. So 80 points from that move. That's a substantial move. Okay, let's do one more example of kind of this breakout. Let's all of these. Again, this is going to be another one because this last week has been extremely difficult, extremely choppy, hard to trade. So we're looking for where prices come multiple times. And then we are going to select our bar. We're going to look. There's our 625 candle. So what could we be telling ourselves when we're looking for our breakout here? This consolidation point start to form. And then where could we actually target? Either this low down here or full TP being down at the zone. Okay, come down to our 1 minute. We're looking for our sniper entry again. And then buying, anything for our buying would have to be up above this zone. Okay, so now let's play price out and boom, immediately down. So when something like this happens and being able to capitalize on these moves, how do you mitigate this? You again see price start to push, could get, react within that first 30 seconds and want to be targeting this low. So let's go ahead and price out. Boom, taps right into that low, 20 points. That's $400 for trading one full size in contract of income. Could you have gotten in like a little bit sooner and had a little bit more risk to reward? Sure, but being like a robot obviously is difficult. How can we mitigate where we're going from here? We had the reaction here. This was a bounce. So what could we be asking ourselves now? We go back to our 5 minute, kind of look at what price is doing. It's a choppy mess. So we're looking for a setup, right? Where could we look for a setup at? Pushes all the way to, but this day I was just back in the buy position out of it. So that's going to be it for breakouts. You find this every single day. Does it always pan out? No. Is it worth coming in and starting to do your due diligence and do your back test? Absolutely. Like this area, prices come times. Here's our breakout. Our 625 candle. Here's our 625 candle. Here's breakout. Anything above or below, right? Select our bar just so we can look. What are we targeting? A low, right? So targeting this low, or we could be targeting this low. Okay, let's go down to our 1 minute sniper entry. What are we looking for? A break below. There's our break below. Okay, so we enter our sell position. On. Anything below this low could run very tight stops with. It starts to back into or above your zone, then hard stops out. What are we targeting? Targeting this low. Where are the other lows? Way over here. Get down to this low, potentially. So let's go back and let's do this. Let's play price out. What happens? Boom. Every single low. So that's as good and quick as this can be. Where does that go down to? All the way. Good. Okay. So that's a 135 point move. So like I said, not every day is going to be 100-point moves. You may just get 20 points and have to move on with your $400, and that is it for the day. And put your computer away and you're done. And it takes you 3 minutes. This day, however, how long did this take? This was from 6:33 all the way until 6:58. So 30 minutes of work make 135 points. 135 times $20. One full size contract is $20 per point that it moves. $2,700. So that's going to be it for breakout trades. If you guys need any other clarification, as always, drop it down in the comments. I am going to be continuously making these videos for you guys. So if there's something specific you want to see that you have not found on my channel, either drop it in the comments, or if I have made the video, I will point you in the right direction. Where you guys are subscribing and hitting the little bell icon, because it will alert you when I have a new video posted. And I will see you guys in the next video.